Hi, I'm Scarlett Brown, and I'm the owner of Graceland Salon and a store educator slash Redken artist, and I'm here with Redken Brews, and here to show it off is my handsome model, Mr. Tim. So here we are cutting Tim's hair, and when I first asked him to be one of my models for Redken Brews, he was like, oh, okay, so why is it called Redken Brews? Does it smell like a beer? I was like, oh no, it doesn't smell like that at all. It's just inspired by that. But he was like, oh, that's really cool. It's like, yeah, so it's like more of a manly approach to hair products for guys. And he really enjoyed that idea. So when we brought him into the salon, had really long hair. And I told him, I said, let's clean you up a little bit, and stop growing your hair out for the winter and get a more sharper look. Because, he is a businessman. And I was like, let's give you a little bit of both. Let's give you some long hair and some short hair, something to have some fun on the weekends, but yet still have a really sharper look when you go into work and you're wearing your suit. So he was really excited about that. He was ready to get a new look and all of that kind of things. And so I was really excited to get this done. So like the night before, I kind of went and did some research and to find what kind of haircut would I give Tim, because we had planned this like a week before. And so I went on there, and of course I went to Redken Brews and just scrolled down, tried to find a haircut where, kind of would be his hair texture or something he would wear. And that's really important to really think about what kind of, your clients, what's their needs as far as like, are they a business person, or maybe they can have more of a relaxed look. And I feel like with this haircut, he can have a little bit of both, wearing it more messy or wearing it very clean on top. So I really enjoyed the picture that I was able to find on there, and kind of, we didn't do it as short as the picture had shown. We kind of made it a little bit more customized to his hair. So I was really happy with the end result. So this was Tim's very first time here at our salon, and through our consultation, we talked about what the boundaries were on his haircut and what was too much and what was what he was looking for. And through that, we also went and talked about his products and what he was using. He was just telling me, yeah, I have a few hair products, but I wasn't really told how to use them or how much to use, or shown how to really like blow dry my hair and stuff like that. And so I feel like when you sell your client your product, that should be part of it, that you teach them how to blow dry their hair with it, how much to use, and all of that great stuff. And I think that's really important, especially when you're talking new things that they haven't really, got to play with, like, hairspray for guys, and let's teach how to blow dry your hair, because most guys are like, just throw some pomade in it and walk out the door, So I was really glad to see that he was at least trying, and he had a beard oil, and he wanted to know a little bit more about like what else does that do, and what do I need to do as far as my styling goes. And that's really great, and so we were really happy with that. And as far as like what we decided with his style, we went through and like I told you, we found a picture online, and I showed it to him, talked about, what's too short, is this gonna look, do you like this idea, and all this kind of stuff. It's really important to be very thorough with that, because some guys are up for that, really extreme, and some are not. And so we just decided to take it not as short as the picture had previously shown us. So I was just really glad to get to talk to Tim about his products and his regimen of what he does to his hair daily. So here we are cutting the very top part of his head, doing shear cutting. And, he was very excited. He was putting us on his story. And so we just basically just did the top. I would say that's about 3 inches, and then going a little bit longer into the front. And then we did some texturizing. We did some with the shear, and then we did some with the razor and stuff. And he was like, this is the first time that my top of my hair has ever been texturized. And he was complaining about it falling flat. And I was like, well, that's part of your reason why that's falling flat. You have nothing to keep the hair going up without a little bit of texture put in the top. Because it will just, especially when it grows out, it'll just continue to fall flat without that extra little umph in there. So I thought that was very interesting. And I was happy to be able to talk to him about why we texture hair and, the importance of that and how it plays into your styling. And so that's kind of what we did up there. We just kind of give him so we can get kind of a pompadour-ish look on top, and he can play around, either wear it like really messy and pushed forward or like all slicked back. I feel like I love this haircut for its versatility. So here we are with the actual texturizing of the top part of his hair, and we did a little bit of shears, we did a little bit of razor, and just to get some different movement throughout that hair so it would be able to be worn forward and messy, piecey look, or like back and pompadour-ish where he has that height. And he was very interested in the razor. He thought that was a very cool tool. I was like, yes, this can be used many different ways, and our clients need to know that we have different ways of doing things, and why each tool has its own place. We're not just using this for random reasons. We're using this, this one will give us more of a textured look, or, our shears can give us kind of more blunt cutting. And there's just different ways of going about hair cutting. And it's good to, let your client know that, this is what I've learned, and this is how I achieve these looks, so they can understand, what's really happening on the top of their head. So after the haircut was finished, we brought Tim over to the shampoo bowl, and this is where we'll talk about what kind of shampoo and conditioner that we decided to use on him. Just doing some research. I thought I would use one of my personal favorites. It also won a hair award. So I was telling him about that, and he thought that was really cool. And he was just talking about how hair for men in general has expanded in the stores. When you go down a men's aisle, it's not just a 3-in-1 anymore. It's like everything. So what we decided to use on him was the Redken Brews for Men Mint Shampoo. And this one won a Best Shampoo Award in 2018. Not to mention, it just is my absolute favorite. I love the smell. I love the lather. I love what it makes the hair feel like afterwards. It's one of my favorite to use on all of my guys that come into the salon. And they really enjoy it too. They're like, oh, I just love that sensation of the mint and the smell. And, you know, I mean, especially when you're talking like summertime, because it really feels good on a hot day, getting that like cooling sensation with it. And it's just one of my favorite ones. Now, as far as the conditioner we decided to use, I went with Redken Brews Daily Conditioner. It adds strength and protein to the hair and hydration and moisture. So I love this one. Obviously, it's part of their normal regimen of the daily. They have a daily shampoo and a daily conditioner. And this one's great. It leaves the hair with a lightweight, you know, conditioning feel. Not real heavy, not super like you know, weighs down the hair as far as the style, and it has a really smooth and soft finish to it. One of the ones that I use all the time on the back bar. So as far as styling, we're going to start off with the Pillow Proof Primer and Heat Protectant. Make sure you shake that up really well. It has a 2-part component that needs to be thoroughly combined. And just mist that through the hair. Next, we're going to go with our Cream Pomade, which has a medium hold, a smooth finish. It's a water-based formula. It creates a texture with low shine. And we're going to use, you know, about a dime size worth. And I'm going to take that and put that in the palm of your hand and really mix that well in your hand, get it emulsified and warmed up and ready to go with a little bit of water. And now we're going to just work it through the top part of his hair and just really get it down in there into the roots and everything. Make sure it's very well incorporated all the way through. And this is really great for pompadours or even more of a flexible style. So if he wants to wear this up, it'll be no problem, or forward and kind of messy. And I really enjoyed this product for his hair. It actually worked really well for his texture. We're now to the blow drying and styling of Tim's hair. And this is my favorite part, where I teach my clients how to style their hair. So right now I'm doing a technique called wrap drying, where I go back and forth in X pattern, following my brush with my blow dryer, and, you know, key the dramatic zoom for dramaticness. Yes, yes, very nice. And so this just helps to get the hair to cooperate with any direction that, you know, when you go back and forth in that X pattern, and it just, you know, it works really nicely. Now here I'm pulling up a little bit, you know, rocking that hairbrush back and with the hairdryer in front to get that nice volume effect to really help his hair stand up and get into that pomp shape that I'm looking for. Now, I'm a very detailed person when it comes to my styling, and I just love to teach people how to be able to achieve their hair at home. And, you know, it's just one of my favorite things to do. So you can see me getting very particular on how I want this to look. You know, I just love to get, when you get a good cut going and you get it really sharp, and to get that style where it's really nice and clean with your finish. So I went back over and got a little bit more of our cream pomade to get some more texture and control. And this is where I feel like where we get to the end of this is where it becomes a masterpiece. So beautiful. I just really enjoy finishing off the hair and like completing the artwork, as it were. Just something that I really enjoy, even in all kinds of hair, not just men's, but like in women's, just any type of finishing. I feel like it just gives that special edge on the finishing product of your haircut or your color. I feel like it's really awesome. So here's a product that is fairly new to our men's line, and I'm very excited about, is Redken Brews Hairspray. Now this is really cool. So this has a really high hold, and it has a very pleasant cologne smell. And this is where I was telling him, you know, how to use this properly. You know, make sure you don't spray it too close and all that kind of stuff, and get yourself a Y2 comb to get that separation between the hair and get that look that seems to be everywhere on the internet right now. And I'm glad that it doesn't smell like flowers, and so men are really apt to use it. They, you know, typically want to have their own stuff, which is totally agreeable. I mean, most guys would prefer more of a cologne-y smell than something that smells like daisies. So I was really excited for this product. This is where Tim becomes the star of the show and shows off our new beard and skin oil. It grooms and softens the facial hairs for a great look and feel, and hydrates the skin underneath the beard, which I think is amazing. And, you know, you just use about 3 or 4 drops depending on the size of your beard, and just, you know, emulsify it in your hands and just work it through. This is great for any guy that has a beard. It just smells so nice and gives a lovely shine to it. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and learned a lot, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you next time at Graceland on the Glam Cam.